live from the stadium field on the campus of Darien High School. This is boys varsity baseball on the DAF Media Network. Hi everyone, I'm Peter McLean. Alongside me today is Braden Shank. Braden, Darien versus Ludlowe here. What can we expect today?
I think it's going to be a good game at hand. Ludlowe, they're having a good season so far, 5-1. They did have a rough outing against Norwalk, but they're a good team, good hitting team. They got a good pitcher on the hill today. Will Myers threw a perfect game against Bridgeport Central in his last outing, so he's going to be a big player to watch. And for Darien, the big thing is they just got to hit the ball. It's a team that struggles. They're batting 153 as a team, so if they can get the bats on the ball and put something in play, pressure this Ludlowe defense, I think we should be looking pretty for Darien this afternoon.
You mentioned Myers for Ludlowe. Billy Batson on the bump today for the Blue Wave. What can we expect out of him?
He's a tall lefty, a skinny guy. He pitches from the stretch, has a great command of his curveball and his changeup. If he can get that working for him today, he will be looking good. And this is a Ludlowe team that will definitely need to adjust to it if he can get a good outing. He's had some rough outings in the past, but he's looking just for a good outing today.
Batson comes in with an ERA of 2.83 as we're just about ready to get underway here. Just need the right field gate closed. Batson on the bump. Leo Randazzo will be leading off for the Falcons. Playing third base, wearing number 3. Darien in the alternate black uniforms today. Ludlowe in the away blues. Randazzo flies one up into the infield. Fiorita comes down with it. That will be out number 1. One pitch, one out for Batson.
Got to assume Billy's happy to see that, especially getting a hitter like Randazzo out, batting 267 on the season. So it's a big first out for him.
Sean McAdams at the dish, fouls that one to the catcher, 1-0.
It's interesting Ludlowe's coming out swinging the bats. This is something that I don't think Darien expected. 2 pitches in, 2 swings. And if you're Billy, you just got to keep pounding the zone.
Batson deals. One called low, ball 1, counts 1-1.
Adams a 250 hitter, so if he can put one in play, he's got some speed on him. 4 singles on the year.
Swinging strike 2 there. 1-2. Batson working ahead early.
That's something you got to assume Billy likes to see. His first pitch strike percentage this year, 59%, and so far he's at 100% this afternoon.
Batson deals again. That one high and away. 2-2.
Interesting, the catcher Jamie Buckjune on that one, calling for the high pitch. Just a sophomore, but taking over the duties for Davis Biazzi, who suffered from an injury earlier this season, a rotator cuff injury. So Buckjune's been doing a great job.
So that one low, ball 3. Count is full. Sean McAdams, the senior, playing shortstop today. He lines that one down the left field line. That is a fair ball. McAdams rounding first into second, and he'll stop there with a full count double for the Falcons.
That's a big double for McAdams right there. That is his first extra base hit of the season. He has stolen 1 base on the year, so if he can get some rim on him, he might take off for third. And it's a great job for this the heart of this Ludlowe lineup now, Vivona, who is going to try to drive him in.
You mentioned it, the center fielder, Matt Vivona, stepping up. Runner in scoring position. Batson trying to work himself out. Time's called. Batson comes set. Pitch is low. Mentioned that first pitch strike percentage. First one we've seen from Batson all day, starting with a low ball there.
It's still early. He's got a lot of time to rebound, just 1 pitch. It's going to be interesting how Billy reacts now with some adversity with a runner on second and just 1 out.
Matt Vivona takes a cut at that one. Misses 1-1. Batson comes set. That one's outside and a little high, 2-1.
And I'm watching over at second, Peter. Jake Berry over there not really holding on the runner, McAdams, kind of giving him some room. So you got to assume McAdams is going to see that take a couple more steps. And Batson really hasn't looked back at him and had a serious effort to try to pick him off.
Adams, as you mentioned, stolen bag on the year already. Time is called. Batson was taking his sweet time on the mound there.
It's a mind game out there, and you know Billy's just trying to outwit Bavona here. He's looking for the best pitch.
That one's fouled back out of play into the woods that have eaten so many balls over the years here at the high school stadium or varsity field.
I always like watching them send the underclassmen usually to go get the balls in the woods. This time it looked like it was Chris Fallon off to get it. Or actually, Smosky was going out to get it. Makes sense, a senior not going out into the woods. But you always got to appreciate the hustle there to go get them and save some bucks.
Batson with a pickoff move ends up holding on to the ball, 2-2 count.
I think right there Billy saw that he could potentially get something on McAdams, but Barry wasn't holding him on, so he just thought he would kind of take it into his own hands and make a move, make an effort. But McAdams, you just got to keep taking the lead over at second.
Adams has the speed. Batson deals. That one's high, 3-2. Second batter in a row, reaching a full count.
Just going with the off speed on that pitch right here. It's going to be interesting. I think Billy's just got to pound the zone right here. He's got to go to that fastball, which really has been working for him, throughout the season.
See what he does. Batson deals. That one is up and away. Vivona will take first. McAdams will advance to third as that one got away from Buck Jane behind the dish.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit of a wild pitch. He was thrown high on Buck June, and now first and third, you got to assume Vivona's going to be in motion here. Buck June's going to come out, call the play.
Got the senior catcher, Christian Smith, up to bat for the Falcons. Early jam here for Batson.
Smith's a player that can bat. He is a solid hitter, 500, just about 500, 429 on the year. And he's the guy that you don't really want to be seeing with runners on the pond.
So we have a small student section relocation going on behind home plate. Vivona on first, McAdams on third. Low pitch by Batson. Vivona will advance unchallenged to second base.
Once again,
stat pattern with a stolen bag there.
Yeah, but that's just the name of the game here, first and third, especially at this level. I mean, it's almost expected to just take third and get the second guy and runners in scoring position, because if they make the throw, then you send McAdams from McAdams from third. So a smart play there from the Ludlowe coaching staff.
Smith takes ball 2. Mentioned he's behind the dish today. All FCAC honorable mention last year. So returner, key part of this Ludlowe offense.
Yeah, he is. He's off to Quinnipiac in the fall. Great catcher. Yeah, I mean, he's a great senior leader for this Ludlowe team.
Smith swings at that one. Will fall into the glove of McLahost for the second out, but we'll have a tagging runner, McAdams, from third base. That'll make it 1-0. So a little sacrifice fly there from Christian Smith. Gets the first run of the game. Ludlowe leads 1-0.
Yeah, it was a nice swing there from Smith. Kind of brought me back to a little nostalgia there. He played in the 2017 Little League World Series. Had a nice home run against the Washington team. And, you could tell off the bat that one was going far. And he definitely has had power from a young age, and it's really developed that into his high school game.
I was wondering how long it was going to take you to bring that one up, Reed.
Walla Walla Little League, 2017. Remember it like it was yesterday. Fairfield American Little League team.
Harry Tavella up for the Falcons now. 2 down, runner on second. Ludlowe off to an early lead, 1-0. Tavella DHing today.
That's a nice curveball right there by Billy.
Billy ahead, 0-2.
Like I said, if he can just get command of that curveball working for him, he definitely is a lethal pitcher. And if you're Tavala, you just got to you know, expect it coming here, 0-2.
That one is sent to center field. Fallon ranges over and able to control it for the third out of the top half of the first. Ludlowe strikes early, though. A sac fly drives in the opening run of the game. Darien will look to get it back here in the bottom half. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. We're just about ready for the bottom of the first inning. Will Myers, the starting pitcher for the Ludlowe Falcons. And Braden, I was kind of looking over the stats pregame. Saw he had a 0 ERA. Thought that was kind of cool. Went over to the hit column and saw a 0 there, too. Yeah, want to explain that one to me?
Yeah, so he started his first game against Bridgeport Central earlier this year, threw a 6th inning perfect game against the Bridgeport Central Hilltoppers, 10-0 to score, so the game only went 6 innings, but it's still a perfect game, 12 strikeouts in that one. And even as a sophomore last year, earning all FCAC honorable mentions, he has pitched 23 innings to 19 strikeouts last season, and he's just a junior, so Will Myers has a bright future for him next year, and it's going to be tough for Darien to try to get a hold of him today.
And, of course, Central, generally one of the lesser teams in the FCAC East Division, but as we were talking about beforehand, perfect game's a perfect game. You'll take it wherever you can get it. An impressive start from Myers, one he'll definitely look to replicate against the Blue Wave today.
Yeah, and Darien's going to have a tough time. Chris Fallon's going to be the leadoff hitter for him. Only 3 hits on the season. He's more of a pitcher, but they've been using him in the outfield. 12 at-bats on the season. Lefty bat in the lineup.
Randazzo playing in. Fallon, a speedster, was thinking about dropping one down. He shows there already. Early strategy, leadoff hitter, trying to get something going. Third baseman Randazzo for Ludlowe. A few feet in on the grass now. Fallon takes a hack at that one, now down 0-2. Center fielder today, number 11. Myers deals. Fallon fouls that one off to stay alive. Count stays 0-2.
Yeah, you know, he's staying alive right there, down 0-2. You just got to protect the plate right now, and if you're the pitcher, Myers, you just got to keep pounding. You know, try to strike Fallon out looking, because Chris, he's gone down on strikes 3 times this year. God, it's something that he's going to try to exploit here.
Fallon swings at that one. It's dropped. Catcher makes the throw to first. 1 away. Fallon strikes out.
Yeah, I know the big hitter for Darien this year has been Jake Viro. Normally plays second base at the DH spot. Today, the team's leader with 6 hits on the season, 240 average. And, I mean, he's struggled out in the field this year, so I think that's probably the reasoning for why he's playing DH. But he's definitely a talented hitter.
See what Viro's able to do. Takes that one high, ball 1. Myers comes, sets, and deals. Viro tried to hold up there, wasn't particularly close on doing it. Strike one, 1-1 count.
Got to be more disciplined up there at the plate. You know, you see a pitch and you just got to keep that bat on your shoulder.
Fire able to make some contact with that one, foul it off. Down to 1-2. Myers seems to be in a groove here early.
Yeah, he is. Like I said, he's been in a groove since the first pitch he threw against Bridgeport Central. And, you know, it's going to be a matter of just can Darien break him.
You can look, Myers works noticeably faster as that one's low and away ball too than Batson does on the other side. He's up there set quite quickly.
Yeah, I think, like I said, he hasn't given up that first hit this year. He kind of knows that people can't touch him, so he's going to try to stay in his groove. And if that's moving quick, it's been working for him, so why change anything?
Lyra whiffs on that one. He'll head back to the dugout. 2 outs. Braden, I got to ask you this. Are you trying to curse Will Myers with the announcer's curse?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not even sure if we can curse him out there. He's looking very solid. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts, and now the big first baseman, Carson Drake, going to step up. And he struggled at the plate this year. 4 hits, the 182 average. And like I said, he's really been the big extra base hit machine for this Darien team.
Teef grounds that one to short. 6-3 to get the third out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Will Myers takes him down 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Slow start for the Wave, trailing 1-0. We'll be back in a moment with the top of the second. We're back here on the DAF Media Network. Varsity baseball today for all of you. Darien Blue Wave against the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons. We're through 1. Ludlow leads 1-0. Sack fly in the first got him on the board. Braden, Billy Batson on the bump. You see the stats there. What can you tell him about us?
Yeah, like I said, he struggled this year, had a couple of rough outings. He's pitched in 3 games, a no decision against Notre Dame, against New Fairfield, a win against Wilbur Cross, and a loss against Stratford. So it's his 4th start out here this year. He's looking to get in a groove and really find it and go this season, and he's now got the bottom of this Ludlow lineup up.
Ethan Wallace in left field today for the Falcons leading off. Takes strike 1 from Batson. Mentioned it, Batson loves getting ahead with first pitch strikes.
He does indeed, and then you look at the first pitch strike number, and then on top of that, you look at his first pitch strike out percentage at 74%. Right there, that filthy curveball I talked about before the game. If he can get that working for him, it could be a big nightmare for Darien or for Ludlow.
Here we go, kid. Come on now. Here we go, Ethan. Here we go. Here we go.
Batson deals. Grounder right back to him. Steps and throws. Beautiful throw over to Drake. That'll be 1 down here in the inning. Batson gets the leadoff guy. That'll bring up Tyler Rayburn, the outfielder, playing right field today for the Falcons.
Yeah, Rayburn, he's a senior right-handed batter here. He's going to look to have the matchup against the lefty Batson, 235 hitter on the year.
See what he's able to do. Steps out of the way. That one takes ball 1.
And Peter, Billy did get that first out of the first inning, so it really is going to come down to these next couple batters here because he's shown he can get the first out, but it's a matter of can he get the second or third.
So that one's low and away, ball 2.
That's the big thing is this Ludlow lineup, only 2 lefties in it, 7 righties, so they're going to have a lot of matchups on Billy Batson today that they're going to look to capitalize on.
So that one is hit over right around first base. Drake will range over into foul territory and retire that one. 2 down here. the top of the second. We'll bring up Dimitri White, the junior second baseman for the Falcons. Looking to make something happen here. Batson comes set. First pitch to White. That one is fouled straight up. It's going to get out of play here. Second ball we've seen fly away into the woods. So another underclassman from the Wave bench gets sent to go retrieve that one. Batson comes set once again. Wines deals. Almost an identical foul ball fouled out here at the Varsity baseball field. Beautiful day for baseball, little wind, but other than that, probably the best spring day we've had here in a while. Batson comes set once again, ahead 0-2. Just outside, good layoff there by Wyke. Forces the count to 1-2, makes Batson throw at least one more here in the second inning. Batson set, deals. That one is poked. It's going to fall foul right behind the Blue Wave dugout, first base side. Count will stay 1-2 here. Having some technical difficulties with our score bug. There we go. Count is, in fact, 1-2. Batson deals. That one is lined back up to Fiorita at short. Step, throw. Wild throw. Drake able to make the tag, and that will retire the side here. So 1-2-3 inning for Batson and the Blue Wave. Ludlowe still leads 1-0 here. We're through 1.5. We'll be back in a moment on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Varsity baseball, Ludlowe against Darien. Ludlowe up 1-0. We're about to get underway here in the bottom of the second. It will be Conway, McElhouse, Batson for the Blue Wave. So Jack Conway playing third base, stepping in here.
It's going to be a big inning for Darien. Two lefties coming up to the plate in McElhouse and Batson. So they're going to look to capitalize on the righty Myers.
He takes that one. Ball one.
It's also been interesting, head coach Mike Scott, his mentality change. He used the designated hitter for the pitcher to start the year. And
Conway rips that one into left field. A little misplayed by the Ludlowe left fielder. Conway will take second and hold there. You see Wallace came in a little, realized it was over his head, and had to head backwards before it falling. Conway with an extra base hit to get this one started.
Yeah, so as I was saying, Peter, so head coach Mike Scott was using the DH for the pitcher, and then he realized that the pitchers themselves could put together more quality at-bats, as Conway having the double right there, and we're going to see Billy Batson bat on deck. So it's definitely been a change, and now Jake Berry, the second baseman, is getting the DH. So let's see if Darien can capitalize here.
Daniel McElhouse rips that one into right field. Will be caught. Conway will try to tag. It's going to be no throw to third base, so a little sac fly there by McElhouse to advance the runner. Rayburn came down with it in right field. One down, runner on third. It's a big spot for the Blue Wave.
It is indeed, and you got your pitcher, Billy Batson. He's looking for his first hit on the season. He is 0 for 3 this season. He just needs to make contact, put it in play. You know, you don't need the big fancy extra base hit. You just need a simple, even ground out would work.
I'd be remiss if I didn't go back to Conway. He's coming off a game last game against Trumbull. Had all 3 of Darien's RBIs in that one. He's really feeling it at the plate so far.
Yeah, he really is, and that was something when I talked with the players. They were saying that they have some hitting momentum going for him. They had a nice 7th inning against Trumbull, left the bases loaded, so they're feeling ready at the plate, and it was a big double from Conway to start off the second.
Seems like a theme this season. Darien able to get him on, move him over, just not the third part, can't get him in. 1-1 count here. Batson's going to ground that right back. It's going to go off the pitcher's leg. Conway will score from third. Close play at first. Throw beat him, though. So Conway able to score the tying run. 1-1 here, bottom of the second. Batson gets credit with the RBI. Almost got a bag out of it, too.
Yeah, and like I said, I think Billy's just happy he made contact, put it in play. That's all you can really do, and you pick up the RBI, so that's really big for Billy right there, getting some help for him out on the mound.
Batson chops that one away, down 1-0-1 here early.
Yeah, it's actually Brenton Dolan. This is the first start he has had all season. He is a junior outfielder. He's gotten one plate appearance as a pinch hitter, but I think he's got to be happy to get his first actual start this season.
Dolan swings there, falls back 0-2. 2 down here in the inning, 0-2. But Braden, you really got to think Darien just happy they didn't leave Conway out there after his leadoff extra base hit.
Yeah, it's definitely been a theme for Darien all season, the leaving guys on base. I thought I had the number somewhere, but yeah, they've left 57 guys on base this season. That's an average about 7.1 a game. That's definitely a big number, especially in a 7-inning game. So I think Darien's really happy to bring home Conway.
If you look at it, 3 of their games so far decided by 2 runs or less. As that one strike 3. But as we were saying, all 3 of their games settled by 2 runs or less. Those men left on base really add up. Dolan will go down on strikes, and that will do it for the bottom of the second. Darien able to grab 1, though, and tie this game up. Pavlik, Randazzo, McAdams coming up for Ludlowe when we come back. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. We got varsity baseball for you. Tie ball game 1-1 after 2 innings. Batson staying on the bump for the Blue Wave. Pavlik will lead things off for the Falcons. Tim Pavlik, the senior. He takes ball 1 high.
Once again, a rare oddity there from Billy, missing on the first pitch strike. We mentioned all game 60% on the first pitch strike, and then 75% on the out following that. So an oddity there, but he's going to look to work back in the count.
It's another high ball. That one definitely closer to the zone. This count goes to 2-0. Pavlik takes a very similar pitch for a strike there, 2-1.
Yeah, it's a smart call there from Billy. Just throw it right down the middle. You know Pavlik's kind of in take mode, up 2-0 in the count. Just kind of pound the zone, get the strike. So a smart pitch there from Billy.
That one low. Good frame by Buck Jane, just not good enough there.
Yeah, you know,
3-1 count.
Buck Jane was trying to frame that there. I think he had it at the knees. The umpire saw it a little bit lower, I assume, not giving it the strike. But Billy's going to work back here, down 3-1.
That one's grounded going to get through the right side of the infield, and that'll be a single for Pavlik here.
It's a good start to the inning there from Fairfield Ludlowe. Nice single from the number 9 hitter. Now giving it back to Randazzo in the top of the order for another RBI chance.
Barry just wasn't able to range over to get it there. Snuck through the gap. Top of the order, Randazzo back up. And Braden, we saw Randazzo standing in front of us pregame, and we kind of look at his facial hair. Half green, half purple, split perfectly down the line. As he tries to drop one down here, Conway will let that roll foul. It will be strike one. Good play by Conway there, not to pick that one up, let it go foul. But his facial hair, half purple, half green. We're kind of looking at it, goes, that's pretty cool. This product he puts in it, it changes every game. He goes home and washes out. He said he had red, white, and blue stripes last game. Does something just because it's silly.
Yeah, you know, I definitely saw it. I was kind of getting a laugh out of it. And, you know, you ask him, like, you go to school like that? And he's like, no, you know, you just do it for the game, wash it out after the night. You know, don't, you know, get bullied at school for it.
Randazzo will drop down a beautiful bunt here down the first base side. Won't be able to beat it out. Good play by Batson. But great bunt there by Randazzo.
Kind of reminds me of the old San Francisco Giants reliever Brian Wilson with the beard. You know, it wasn't quite as colorful, but, you know, still some nice facial hair, and, you know, he did a great job laying down the sac bunt.
Little small ball action here early for the Falcons. So runner on second, one down. McAdams will step in for the Falcons, trying to put a ball in play here. Swings on a ball in the dirt, strike one.
Yeah, Randazzo, this is the second year that he's batting around 300 or so. He's batting 267 on the year, and did have the nice double that scored the run back in the first. And he really could use him right here for Ludlowe with the guy on second.
High and inside, and McAdams ducks out of the way of that one.
Yeah, you can tell right there, Billy on the taller side right there, and he's missing a little bit high as a result of it. But, you know, he's no way out of this count, still 1-1. You just got to be cognizant of the guy on second.
McAdams takes that one high and away. 2-1 count now. Comes set. Deals once again. Off speed there, no call, strike. 3-1 count now.
Yeah, this is really now McAdams. I feel like, you know, you might be giving him a take sign unless he absolutely sees a pitch he loves. 3-1, you know, you might as well get the extra guy on base. And if you're Billy, you do need to maybe give him a pitch to hit, pitch to contact, and just try to, you know, get out of the 3-1 jam.
Bats and pitches to contact, indeed. Hits off the bump, goes up the middle. Fallon will try to make a throw from center. Misses a little wide, so that will score the run from second. And McAdams will stand up on second base for the second time. Not a double this time for McAdams, but nonetheless, Ludlowe gets the run they just gave up right back.
Yeah, you know, that's definitely something they're going to like to see right there. And 2-1 now our score.
Matt Vivano stepping in for the Falcons, trying to keep this going. Batson will step off, check the runner on second.
Come on, V, here we go, 1-7. Come on, kid, stay hot. Drive him in,
Vivano in center field for the Falcons today. Batson comes set, deals. Swinging strike one. They're saying it hit the mitt of Buck Jane, catcher's interference. First catcher's interference of the season for the Blue Wave. And that will advance Vivano to first base. Scott's going to come out, Coach Mike Scott's going to come out and have a little word with our home plate umpire here.
It definitely did sound like it hit something there. And I think the umpire's saying it hit the glove of Buck June. And if you're head coach Mike Scott, you do just need to ask for an explanation just to make sure, because you never know. You know, could have been the ball or could have been something else that it hit, but, you know, you got to check.
It's not often you see a catcher's interference in high school baseball, but Vivano will get first here. It looks like Coach Scott will head back to the dugout, resigned his attempts to no avail for the Blue Wave. First and second, 1 out here. Christian Smith, the catcher, will step in with an opportunity to get a run or two on the board here.
Yeah, Smith is used to killing this Darien team. Last year when they played, he went 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs against Darien's Carson Drake. So he, you know, he's definitely had a past of beating up the Blue Wave, and he's going to look to add on to it here.
Batson deals. That one bounced very early. Runner goes. Buck June's throw a little late. Both runners will advance there. Second and third now.
It's a good block by Buck June, but the runners were just going, and he couldn't really do anything. 2 stolen bases there.
Unfortunate pitch to bounce there for Billy Batson. Counts 1-0, second and third, 1 out here. Ludlow leads 2-1. Batson deals. That one is grounded back to the pitcher. Batson checks third, throws to first. Runner won't advance. Good play by Batson there. Make sure he gets the check, holds that runner on.
It's a really smart play by Billy right there. And I think being a lefty, you know, he did kind of have to realize that he had to turn his back for a second to the plate, but he quickly adapted, quickly turned back, made the throw to first, and then Carson Drake was ready to potentially fire home to Buck June. So great job by Darien to use the alertness and keep the score to 2-1.
Much more manageable situation now here. 2 outs instead of 1 with a second and third. Harry Tavella will look to make something happen as he took a big cut there, falling to his knees, but not catching any baseball.
Yeah, Tavella right there, 417 hitter. I think he was looking to swing for the fence, hit a home run there. And, you know, you got to hit the ball first before you think about putting it over the fence.
I was going to say, we've got a band room in left field that's occupied because of a band concert tonight. Got to be careful. Tavella takes that one high.
Yeah, a lot of cars also out in left field, so you can't be drilling that. My nice Toyota Camry.
I think a big spot for Tavella here. Can't really shift the momentum either way if Ludlow's to get an extra 1, 2, or 3 runs, or if Darien's able to work themselves out of this.
Yeah, like I said, it's a big at-bat right here, especially the number 5 hitter in Tavella. So it's definitely the guy Ludlow wants up, a big hitter, a contact hitter. And if you're Tavella here, you're just looking to put something on the ground, try to get it up the middle, try to get it in the outfield and score a run or two.
2-1 count. Tavella swings through that one. Count 2-2, 2 outs, 2-1 ball game. Runners on second and third. Big spot here for Billy Batson, trying to work out of a jam with just 1 getting across the plate this inning.
Yeah, and that one right there was a couple nice hits from the Ludlow team. So Billy's looking to get out of it with minimal damage.
There we go. Swinging strike 3. Batson gets the K, and we'll head to the bottom of the third. We'll take a short break and be back here in a minute on the DAF Media Network.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Ludlowe leads 2-1 against Darien. We got Buck June, the catcher, coming up for the Blue Wave. It'll be Buck June, Fiorita, then back to top with Fallon. That's taken for strike one. Jamie Buck June, hitless so far on the year.
Yeah, Buck June, like I said, he took over the catching duties in about game 4 or so from Davis Biazzi. And, you know, he's a good catcher, just a sophomore. He normally wears number 36, wearing number 18 in the black jersey this afternoon. But, you know, he's more of a defensive catcher than a hitter. And he's definitely shown that today. But he definitely can hit for himself.
Myers steps off there. You mentioned the black uniforms. Of course, tradition of the baseball team is the captains, seniors get to make an alternate jersey each year as Buck June grounds this one over to third. 5-3, wild throw. They're going to say he didn't get the tag down. Buck June's going to advance. Randazzo not able to make the throw across the diamond. And Buck June will reach on an error here.
Yeah, it's going to be an E5 right there for Randazzo. So he's still hitless on the year, but, you know, it's definitely a runner still for Darien.
As we were saying, Braden, though, the black uniforms, senior captains get to design them. Nice to see Darien move away from the powder blues. They had them 2 years in a row, and wow, I love them. These black ones are really clean, too.
Yeah, I got some alternating opinions on that, Peter. I got to now talk to last year's captains about them. I don't know whose call the powder blues were, but I was not a fan of them. Kind of looking like the Ole Miss baseball team. Ooh.
Dangerous play there. Fiorita tried to lay down a bunt, missed. And then a smart play by Smith behind the dish for the Falcons. Threw it down to first. They had him. Pollock just took an extra second to actually get that tag down. But Buck June would have been dead to rights.
Yeah, you can't be giving him that much on first. Buck June, you know, his first time he's on base all season, but you still got to give him something. Actually, I believe that's right. No, he did walk once, so second time he's been on base all year. But you can't have that happen getting picked off at first. And I think he dodged a bullet that was a bad throw. But still, you can't be putting that on the catcher.
Yeah. Fiorita fouls that one back on the bunt attempt. So 0-2 now. He'll swing, knock this one down to short. Throw will go straight to first. Fiorita almost beat it. John Michelli not happy in that first base coach's boxes. It looked like Fiorita might have beat that one out. Either way, though, Darien avoids the double play. Fiorita gets retired at first, but Buck June advances to second on the throw.
I thought he got the foot in there, in all honesty, but a great play by the shortstop, McAdams, getting the out. I think Fiorita might have gotten a bad call there, but the umpire's call stands regardless, and 1 out for Darien.
No replay review here in high school baseball. Chris Fallon stepping into the box, that one taken high. 1-0. 1 down, Buck June standing up on second base. Fallon will look to make something happen. Struck out to lead this one off in the top of the first. Second time facing Myers on the hill, looking for a little more success. So that one's taken for strike one.
Yeah, Chris is more of a pull hitter on him. He's put all but 2 of his balls in play on the right side. He's had 3 hits up the middle, all his 3 hits this season. So if you're on that right side, you definitely got to look out for that.
So that one's taken a little low, but inside the zone still. 1-2 count for Fallon. He swings and misses at that one. Fallon will go down on strikes once again, and that will be the second out of this one. Brings up Jake Viro.
Yeah, Viro went down swinging in his first at-bat, looking to rebound. 6 hits on the season. He does have actually no RBIs to his name this year, so he's going to look to potentially pick up his first of the year.
Viro also went down on strikes in that first inning. That one bounces in the early. Buck June will take off for third. Not the prettiest slide into third base, but it'll do the job. He'll advance to third.
You got to give him some slack. He's the catcher. He's getting paid to catch the ball, you know, put some balls in play. He's not getting paid for the slides.
He's not getting paid at all, Braden.
Well, in the case this was minor professional baseball, he would be getting paid.
Viro slaps that one to short. Takes a second to throw. 5-3. That will retire the side. McAdams to Pollock there on the putout. So no runs for the Blue Wave as we head to the top of the fourth. Ludlowe leads 2-1. We'll take a short break. Be back here on the DAF Media Network.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to.
Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. We got varsity baseball for you. Ludlowe leading 2-1. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Billy Batson still on the bump out for another inning's work here for the Blue Wave. We'll have Wallace, Rayburn, and Wyke for the Falcons coming up. Wallace hits a soft fly ball. That one will fall into the Darien bullpen. Dolan ranging over there to try to make the putout. Was out of reach. Ethan Wallace, Jr., playing left field today for the Falcons. Batson comes set up ahead of 0-1. Taken high, they're going to say Wallace went, though, so strike 2 for Billy Batson, ahead 0-2. This opening batter of the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Darren, you really got to like to see that right there, you know, getting the check swing, going up 0-2. Now Billy's got some room for some magic pitches here, going the curveball, the changeup. Don't need to necessarily go the fastball, but he does.
And that'll get him. Strikeout for Batson, 1 down here in the 4th inning.
It's only Billy's 2nd strikeout, and it's his 2nd strikeout in a row. So he's definitely catching a little bit of a good streak right here. Now he's going to look to continue it against Rayburn.
Doing my job for me. Tyler Rayburn stepping in. That one is hit to right field, but Dolan will range under and make the putout for the 2nd one of this inning. 2 down here in the 4th. We have Dimitri Wyke, the junior 2nd baseman, stepping in for the Falcons here.
Hey, Dimitri, 143 hitter this year. He's definitely struggled at times. Only 2 hits to his name, but you know, at any point he can put one in the outfield, get a hit. He has had 2 singles, so he's definitely a good hitter and can definitely hold his own out there.
Batson behind 1-0. So that one will be hit to Fiorita. Makes the play. Step throw. Drags Drake off the bag, but another slap tag from Carson Drake there to retire the side. 6-3 there from the Blue Wave to end that one. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th and be back in a moment on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Bottom of the 4th inning. Fairfield Ludlowe still leads 2-1. We got Drake Conway McLehose coming up for the Blue Wave. Carson Drake grounded out to short last at bat. Takes that one. Strike 1.
Yeah, Carson, a big hitter for Darien, his second year on varsity, and you know, he hasn't been able to pitch this year, which he's definitely not been happy with, but he puts that one in play.
Drake grounds that one to third. Second ground out of the game for him. First out of this 4th inning, and that will bring up Jack Conway. Doubled in his first at-bat and later scored the sole Darien run here early. 300 hitter on the year, 4 RBIs. Big bat in this Blue Wave lineup.
Yeah, he is, and you can see the Ludlowe coaching staff coming up, moving that left side back a bit. They know he's going to go to that left side. You look at his spray chart this year, and most of his hits going into left field, a couple, 3 outs to right field, and then 2 hits up the center. But everything else has gone to the left field, so he definitely likes to hit it there, and he definitely has power to him. He doesn't keep the ball in the infield.
Conway takes that one. Ball 2, 2-0 count here. Myers still on the bump for the Falcons, coming into his 4th inning of work. Conway swings at that high one. And that'll be 2-1 count here against Jack Conway.
I think Jack knows up 2-0 in the count. You have a little bit of a throwaway swing there. You can put a little more power on it.
Conway grounds that one. A little bit of a tough hop, but handled. Throw to first. Right on the money. That's McAdams to Pollock once again. 6-3 put out. 2 down here in this 4th inning.
Got like the Avicii Levels walk-up song from Daniel McElhose. No? Not any credit
Daniel
there?
McElhose stepping into the box now for the Blue Wave.
No, you're a little impressed on that one.
That one's fouled back. 0-1.
McElhose, a lefty here. He's just going to look to go on, or get on, try to extend the inning. They do have Billy Batson on deck, who you know, isn't necessarily your power hitter. So I think that Ludlowe kind of knows that. And you know, if worst case scenario, you let McElhose on, which it doesn't look like it's so far going that way. 0-2 on McElhose, but Batson's sitting on deck for the Blue Wave.
Mentioned it, 0-2 count as McElhose fouled that one over towards the Blue Wave dugout. Myers deals. McElhose grounds this up to the first base side. Good play by Pollock. He'll come over, taking himself for the 3rd out of this 4th inning. We'll be back in a moment. Darien still trails 2-1. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. We've got Pavlik at the top of the order with Randazzo and McAdams due up for the Ludlowe Falcons here. Pavlik singled in his last at-bat, was moved over on a sack, and later scored. He'll look to do the same thing here. Batson, the pitch is fouled back behind 0-1 here.
And we're definitely now entering the second half, later parts in this game. And I think Darien, you know, it might even be a little shocked here. They're hanging in here with Fairfield Ludlowe, a one-run game. I mean, they can easily come back, put one up on the board, and extend this game. So it's still anyone's game. We still got 3 innings left to play.
Curveball falls in there, strike 2. And if you look at Ludlow's scores so far, if you get rid of the Wright Tech and Bridgeport Central games, they're not a team that really runs away with games. You see 6-2 against Notre Dame Fairfield, 2-0 against Guilford, and 2-1 against Greenwich. So that one's called high ball 1-2 count now. So Braden, you got to think if Darien can just hang around for these next few innings, then maybe they can poke a few runs across.
Yeah, and then Darien all season has been really surging late in games in that 7th inning, in the late 6th inning. And if they can do that and put some runs up on the board, it's a great curveball by Batson.
Batson gets the backwards K here to lead off the top of the 5th. Pavlik goes down looking, brings up the top of the order with Beardman Randazzo. Multicolored beer, we talked about it earlier. So we'll see what he's able to do. Sack to the pitcher earlier, flew out into the infield in the 1st inning as he'll ground this one over. It's going to be a close play. Barry not able to field the ground ball. Randazzo is going to come up clapping on the first base side. He'll sneak out. What's been ruled an error, that's Darien's 3rd error of the game here already. So some fielding struggles theme throughout the year for Darien, really. So Randazzo benefits from it there.
Yeah, it's been a big issue for them all season. They've made 17 errors in their first 8 games. John Fiorito over at short, making, I think, 6 of those. And Barry, his first game getting the start, makes an error there. I think you could kind of tell a chopper. Randazzo was hustling on first. It was going to be a tough play. Tried to use the glove and scoop it up, and he just couldn't get couldn't get low enough for it.
And if you're trying to recall the 3 errors, you got Barry's there. You got the catcher's interference that happened earlier in this game, which is ruled an error. And then our scorekeeper actually charged an error to Chris Fallon on the throw from center field that advanced the runner.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure on that one. I mean, I think the runner was going to advance anyways, but they gave him an error on it. You know, Nicole's trying her best up there, doing a great job all season with the Blue Wave baseball team. And
McAdams drives that one, gets through the infield. A shot on the ground there, and it will be 1st and 2nd. Nicole will give that one a hit.
I think that one was pretty clearly a hit. 3 for 3 day for McAdams, so that is impressive. I mean, he was a 250 hitter entering play today, 3 for 3. Batson's not been able to retire McAdams today.
So now, dangerous spot for Billy Batson once again, 1st and 2nd. Vivano stepping in for the Falcons here.
Darien's going to take their first mound visit here, and they're going to send, I believe, number 23, Will Smosky, out to the bullpen. So I think Billy's going to stay in for at least another couple batters, but they are going to keep that in mind, that they do have the relief pitcher. Smosky, a good pitcher. And like I said, Billy just needs to try to get out of this jam untouched.
John Michelli, longtime pitching coach. You've had a pretty solid staff here in the Darien baseball program with Mike Scott and John Michelli up there, top head coach and top assistant. Michelli's done a great job with the pitchers over the years. Name that comes to mind most prominently, of course, Henry Williams down at Duke, now ended up redshirting this year, but still high prospect in the, I believe it's top 100 or 200 for his class, looking forward into the draft. So definitely name to follow out of the Darien program.
Yeah, like I said, you got to give credit to Michelli and Scott doing a great job coaching him along his way. There's been a lot of other names to come through this Darien program, and just a very solid, loyal coaching staff for Darien, and that's something you kind of see in the sport of baseball in Fairfield County, at least. I mean, I think Wilton's the first one that comes to mind. Their coach has been there for, I think, 40 or maybe even 50 years now. I think Jim Egan's his name. We had him last year, really nice guy. But baseball's kind of that one sport where you see those long staples on the coaching staffs.
That one's fouled back. 0-1 count here, 1 down, 1st and 2nd. Batson deals. That one's low, 1-1 count.
So I'm actually not sure how you would score here. I think Vivona would still be technically 0 for 0 in this one. The walk and the catcher's interference, I don't think that goes against the batting average.
Catcher's interference is an error, so that one's ripped to the third base side. It's going to take a bad hop on McLehose, too. He's just fielding it. Throw in, cut off. A big spot there by Vivano. Put a ball in play, create some damage.
They're going to give him a hit on it. That's a clean.
Struggled to field it in left field there. 3-1 ball game now. Runners on first and third. One down. Batson deals. That one's high.
But I don't think that would go as an earned run technically for Billy because Randazzo reached on the error of Jake Berry.
Yep.
So the ERA purpose is not hurting Billy, but for the team's purpose and the scoreboard purpose, it is going to hurt the team.
I think one matters a little more to Billy than the other. Runner takes off. Buck June tried a little fake throw to Barry just behind the pitcher's mound to try to draw that runner from third going. Doesn't work, no avail. Vivana will get credit for the stolen base.
Gotta appreciate the little league play right there. You know, the 2-5 or the 2-4, and then trying to come back and get the out at home. Something they teach at the youth levels, the American or the little league, or I think both these towns, little league towns. So yeah, the little league levels, you really see those plays develop, and you know those catchers plays, and that's how it kind of translate out to the high school level.
Yes, that's Vivano's second stolen bag of the day. As that one's fouled back. Any success with this Fairfield Little League team in the past 18 years?
Oh, yeah, you have a ton of them. I mean, you look at Williamsport and, you know, the Little League World Series, Fairfield American, the big one that's gone a couple times, most recently 2017. And actually 3 of those players are on this Ludlowe team. Christian Smith up to bat, Leo Randazzo, and Matthew Vivona all playing on the American team. And we mentioned Christian Smith hit that big home run against Walla Walla Little League in the elimination game.
Swinging strike there. We don't have an announcer cam today, so you can't see it, but every time Braden mentions Walla Walla Little League, his face lights up like a little kid on Christmas. 2-2 count here. Never seen someone get so excited.
It's fun to say, you know, the Northwest Region team from a couple years ago, Walla Walla.
Christian Smith takes a curveball for a strike 3. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Runners still on first and third. Brings up Tavella, big spot.
And we just say for the viewers out there, it's only the second time I've said it. You know, it's not that much, Peter. I think you're kind of a little over-exaggerating it. Palladino gonna pinch hit.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Brendan. Michael Palladino, the junior, is going to pinch hit here for the DH Tavella. And should it come to it, Ben Crawford is standing in the on-deck circles for the Falcons, seemingly about to pinch hit for Wallace. Palladino drives this one, but it will be handled by Dolan and right field, and that will end the inning. Ludlowe able to play one more, make this a 3-1 game headed to the bottom of the 5th. We'll take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Bottom of the 5th inning. Fairfield Ludlowe leads 3-1. We have some defensive changes for you on the Ludlowe side. Ben Crawford will be checking in for Wallace, but will be moving to first base. And Pavlik, who is playing first base, headed out to left field. So some defensive subs and an offensive sub from the Falcons here. 2 pitches to Batson, 1-1 count. Swinging strike 2 by Billy Batson. Look up after saying these defensive subs. I forget how quick Will Myers works, as here he is dealing again. That one fielded easily. Myers takes his time, goes over, put out, retires. Batson, 1 away.
Yeah, Darien, 4 batters have been retired here. They just need a break right here. They're going to try Dolan. And then at the bottom of the order here, they just need to get one guy on and spark that. We saw it in the 2nd inning with Conway leading off, and then Batson drove him in. But this is a Darien offense that really hasn't had many hits, just the Conway hit today. And I mean, their batting average all season, we've been talking about it, 157 as a team entering play today. That's not great. And, you know, I think, what is it, 31 hits in the first 8 games, and they have 1 today. So the offense has definitely been a big question mark for Darien this year.
Yeah, not great is quite generous of you there, Braden. Dolan will look to change that, though, as he's now down in the count 0-2. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Darien chasing 2. Dolan takes that one low, 1-1 count. That one's fouled away. Brenton Dolan will stay alive, 1-2.
Also looks like Darien's got Kevin Bach now up in the bullpen. So Smosky is taken out, so we might see Bach work in the 6th inning, a late inning relief pitcher for Darien. 8 innings pitched this year. He might be entering play.
Dolan sends that one into center field. Some miscommunication there between, forgot who those people were, Wyke and Vavona in second base and center field.
Oh, come
but
on,
the ball
Peter.
comes down into Wyke's hand.
Can't be forgetting that.
And 2 away here. Buck June comes up here, 2 down, trying to just get a late rally going here for the Blue Wave. Myers deals. That one's fouled straight back, 0-1.
A good swing there from Buck June, just, you know, getting contact on it. He's going to look to extend it to the pinch hitter Brady Campbell on deck, the only lefty in Darien's arsenal today. Or lefty on the bench, that is.
Buck June down 0-2 with 2 down. Takes that one high, 1-2. That one's grounded back up the middle. Pavlik ranges over, throws over, and that will retire the side. That'll do it for the 5th inning. Ludlowe still holding on to a 3-1 lead. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. New arm into the game for the Darien Blue Wave, Kevin Bach, the junior. 8 innings pitched so far, .86 ERA, 5 strikeouts. Braden, what can you tell us about him?
Well, first of all, he's got a great pick in his music right here. Some Narco by Timmy Trumpets. The Mets closer Edwin Diaz using this song. That's how I know it, of course. But he's a great pitcher. You know, he's more of just a middle relief pitcher. You know, 8 innings pitch. He's more of a pitch to contact guy. He only has 5 strikeouts in the 8 innings, but he pitches to the contact, lets the defense, puts trust in them, and it's worked for him so far. And now Ludlow's going to look to make some changes with Crawford first up.
Ben Crawford, who subbed in last inning playing first base, will lead things off. Right in front of us is number 15, Dustin Walters. Looks like he will be subbing in for Rayburn in the second batter, as the second batter of this inning, and then barring any additional substitutions, Week will be the third due up for the Falcons.
Crawford 7 hits on the year.
Takes that one low from Bach. Bach will be down 1-0 here early. Crawford swings and misses, 1-1 count.
Definitely a big at-bat here. Crawford, the pinch hitter, just a sophomore, but a 7 hits on the year. 2 doubles to his name, so he can get the extra base hit. It's going to be interesting how he does here against Bach.
Bach comes set and deals. 2-1 count. That one's grounded over to Drake. He'll field it. Range over himself, and that'll be the first out of this one. Another substitution here for the Falcons. Pinch hitting number 15, Dustin Walters. He's in for number 12, Tyler Rayburn. Walters, junior infielder, assuming he will be a defensive sub as well, but we'll have to wait for the next half inning to see that.
Ludlow's really going into the depth here, pulling out the options. This is their 3rd substitution of the game. Palladino, Crawford, and now Walters.
Bach comes set here, deals. Just outside, ball 1.
It's definitely go time for the Blue Wave now. They only have 2 innings left to play. They need to hold Ludlow and try to get something in the bottom half of the inning. Good pitch from Kevin.
There's a good pitch from Kev, 1-1. Of course, high school baseball games only 7 innings long, not a full 9. Abbreviated action.
Start us off, kid. Here we go.
Bach comes set and deals.
Come on now.
Low, they're going to say he did go, though, so 1-2 count, excuse me. 1 down here.
Walters was trying to be discreet about it. He did clearly flick the wrist and try to get back in a position, try to pawn it off. Good call by Blue.
Walters gets rung up on a great pitch by Kevin Bach there. 2 away here. It's like you back in your Little League days, Braid.
I did have quite a few of those strikeout lookings. You know, it was more of going down swinging. I just was nowhere close to the ball. But yeah, you know. I think Kevin actually did strike me out a couple times in Little League too.
Bach deals there high. 1-0. Bach dealing again. That one we fouled back. 1-1 count.
How'd you know my Little League stats back in the days?
I do my research too, Red. I do my research too. Blue's going to walk this one out to Kevin. Looked like it might have caught a piece of buck chain behind. Give him a moment to catch his breath.
Yeah, smart move there by the umpire. If the catcher get hit, just give him a second, regroup. You can't be having any injuries back here, especially, as an umpire. That's who's protecting you right there, your first line of defense. You got to make sure the catcher's in a good place and he can catch the ball. I mean, coming from an umpire, you don't want to put nothing out there when there's no one, or rather put the catcher out there when he's not ready, because it could put you at risk.
Just a little confusion on what the count was there. Is 1-1 here. Shelley calls the pitch sign from the dugout. Box ready. He'll deal. Away ball 2. 2-1, 2 down here. Top 6. Ludlowe leads 3-1.
Looks like Smosky's back up in the bullpen, so we could see him potentially in the 7th inning.
That one is sent to left field. McLahose able to come down with it. Fly out to left will do it for this one. Bottom 6 coming right up on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Boys Varsity Baseball. Fairfield Ludlowe against Darien. Ludlowe holding on to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Pinch hitter for the Blue Wave, number 57 senior Brady Campbell, stepping in place of John Fiorita. On Fairfield Ludlowe's side, Walters, who had pitch hit for Rayburn. Rayburn's going to re-enter back into right field. Quirk of high school baseball rules. Campbell fouls that one back.
Yeah, Brady, a pitcher for Darien, 0 for 5 at the plate with the 2 strikeouts, but Fiorita has just struggled this year. 1 for 25 at the plate. Did get an unlucky break last time he made it to first, but they're going to look to go to the lefty and get the matchup.
I feel like you really need to get something going as Campbell sends that one to left field. It's going to bounce up against the wall. Campbell chugging into second base. And he is hyped out there, trying to get this dugout going. It's Campbell with a leadoff double into deep left. And it looks like Fiorita will re-enter to pinch run for Brady Campbell. As we saw Brady chug to second, and if you're looking to pick up a stolen bag, I think you have a better shot with Fiorita.
Yeah, I mean, Brady right there, not having the most speed, but he did not show it right there. He was going all out, chugged out that double. But now you're going to get Fiorita. He just needs to be smart on the base path, give it to the top of your order, try to get some runs. And that's exactly what Darien needed, a big spark plug right there from the pinch hitter.
You always love when it comes from a guy like Brady Campbell coming off the bench there. Chris Fallon with the top of the order. He struck out twice today, once in the first and then again in the third. He'll take that one for a strike. Fallon, quite the speedster, Chris is. Holding down center field, manning the outfield for the Blue Wave.
It's also interesting, Fiorita, 2 stolen bases on the season. He might look, not to get too risky with it.
Fallon is upset with both of those calls as he got a little airborne in disgust with that call. Letting the umpire hear it, always a risky move, not the best way to get calls in the future necessarily. Fallon down 0-2, nobody out. Fiorita standing on second.
I think that was something that Ludlowe was kind of pitching out, and Chris thought it was a little bit outside, and the umpire gave it, and I don't think he was happy with it, but you still can't show it. It's one of those things you just kind of turn to yourself and keep moving along.
0-2 count. Fallon looking to stay alive. He'll hack this one right over our heads into the woods on the other side of the diamond over this third base side. So count will stay 0-2. Meyer is still on the bump for the Falcons. Fallon swings at that one. He's upset with himself. That will be the third time he has gone down on strikes today.
Yeah, now you're getting the big hitters here. You got Jake Viro, and then you have Carson Drake, two guys that are very capable of putting the ball in play and bringing home a speedster and John Fiorita. So it's going to be interesting what they do here. And if you're Myers, you just got to keep pitching around, keep finding the spots, keep painting the corners, which he's done all afternoon.
Seems like all year Darien has had the opportunities late in games, just not able to get the runners home. Bottom of the sixth, this and then one more at-bat left. Big spot here. You got to think if Darien wants to really contend in this game, they need Fiorita to touch home.
Yeah, and this is the guy they want up, Jake Viro, 57% on quality at-bats this year.
Viro will ground this one down the third base side. It's going to be fair, and Viro's going to not beat it out at first. Very close play. So Viro will move the runner over. Fiorita standing up on third, but 2 away now. Fielder's choice there. Not really.
It's not a fielder's choice. I think that's one of those plays that the coaching staff's like, just focus on getting the out at third rather than making the risky throw to first. They did get the call, but now Carson Drake is going to look to get something here, get a base hit, try to cut the deficit down.
Of course, Viro not able to leg that one out. Takes away the opportunity for any sort of sacrifice.
That was Brady hitting. I bet he probably could have legged that out. We saw the speed right there on that double, man. I mean, he was hustling. No, we should have grabbed a stopwatch on it, see how fast he was going.
Carson Drake in the box now for the Blue Wave, ahead 0-2. He'll take that one low, ball 3.
3-0, I think you got to be giving Carson the... actually, I don't know. This late in the game, you might want to let him swing away.
He does. Chops that one down the third base line and foul.
Yeah, like I said, I think if this was the first inning or so, you give him the take sign because the runner's more valuable. But now, I mean, with Conway on deck, the big hitter, and him, I mean, you might be giving him a walk, but if he gets a pitch, you want him to swing.
Pitch on the outside, called strike 2. Count is full, 2 outs here, runner on third. Payoff pitch coming. Big spot here in this one, looking for a momentum. Myers deals. Drake makes contact, goes to short. The throw in time. And Drake not happy with himself after that one. Sign is retired. No damage for the Falcons. Score stays 3-1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be back in a moment on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Ludlowe stepping back, looking to add some insurance runs here on the top of the second. Pavlik, Randazzo, McAdams will be due up for the Falcons. Kevin Bach staying on the bump for the Blue Wave.
Come on, Timmy.
Pavlik takes that one from Bach for strike one.
Yeah, Pavlik, the 8 or the 9 hitter, he did get that single back in the third, coming around to score. So he definitely can hit from the 9 spot. He's going to look to set up the top of the lineup with a hit.
Pavlik's actually going to lay one down here. A little too much pressure on it, pushed at it a little. It's going to get back to Bach. Bach's not able to make the throw. Sails Drake. So Pavlik will reach on Bach's error. And that's the mistake you cannot afford to make this late in the game. That will bring up who might be our favorite player on this Ludlowe baseball team, Leo Beardman Randazzo.
Of course.
Who we asked him for a fun fact because he was warming up right in front of us. His batting gloves are from the Little League World Series they went to all those years ago.
Yeah, you know, you can still see him, the bright blue, the maroon. Of course, that 2017 Fairfield American team.
Randazzo's going to lay one down. Bach gets some redemption opportunity. A throw that gets the job done and forces the out. Leo Randazzo moving the runner over.
I mean, the batting gloves worked for him in Williamsport. He batted .286 there. Yes, I did actually calculate that.
I don't even think he knows his batting average from the Little League World Series.
But it was 5 years ago. I bet he's got it hung up somewhere.
That's going to bring up Sean McAdams, the senior shortstop, number 1. Runner on second, 1 out. McAdams is going to launch one to right field. Dolan able to come under it. That one's going to stay inside the ballpark, but Pavlik will tag over to third base. So 2 outs, runner on third for number 17, Matt Vivona.
I mean, staying on the topic of Williamsport batting averages, Vivona batted .400 there back in 2017 and only batting .222 this year. Or 222, rather.
See what he's able to do. 4 hits on the year for the center fielder. Vivona takes that one for strike 1. Braden, we got this faded blue scoreboard out in right field right in front of us, and some of the numbers are more difficult to pick out than others, but the one that's really standing out to me is in the bottom right corner. The Darien line score, 4 errors so far today.
Yeah, that's something that they definitely need to work on. 57 of them this season, and I mean, it's just been going every game. It feels like they have 4 or 5 errors, and I mean, it's costing them runs. Like, I mean, they have pitchers that, you know, give up like 15 runs, only 6 of them are earned or something. It's crazy.
It's never a good sign when you have more errors than hits and runs combined.
Yeah, that is.
It's a tough way to put it. 2-1 count here from Kevin Bach.
At least you're looking on the bright side with it.
Swinging strike 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Big spot here. Bach looking to work himself out. A runner on third. Little jam. Time is called. Wind starting to pick up a little chillier than it was earlier. Still a beautiful spring day, though.
68 degrees at first pitch.
Vivano swings at a pitch in the dirt, drop third strike. Throw to Drake from Buck June is on target, and that will do it for the top of the 7th. One more half inning, then maybe some free baseball afterwards if Darien can manage to put it together. We'll take a short break here on the DAF Media Network and be back in a moment. Welcome back here on the DAF Media Network. Bottom of the 7th, bottom of the final frame for the Blue Wave. They're going to need to pick up 2 here, or they'll drop to 0-4 in FCX play. But a good sign for the Blue Wave. Jack Conway leading things off. He doubled and later scored back in the 2nd inning. Their only run so far today. Will Myers staying on the bump for the Falcons, looking for his 2nd consecutive complete game. Not perfect this time, but 2 hits so far, 1 run, not too shabby.
Beautiful place curveball right there from Myers, going right down the center, but the curveball definitely beat Conway.
1-1 count. Conway loads, takes ball 2. Conway takes outside, 3-1 count. Daniel McElhoe standing on deck. Billy Batson standing behind him. Conway was moving on to first base, thought he had ball 4. Hung up strike 2.
Yeah, the umpire's definitely been giving on that outside. It feels like a little more than normal. And Darien's not been happy with it all game, but he's been calling it all game.
Conway makes contact, sends this one into short center field. No problem for the Falcons. That's Vavona out in center to bring in that one. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Daniel McElhoe will look to be the one that gets the rally going for the Blue Wave. McElhoe sacrifice fly in the 2nd inning. Ground out to the first baseman in the 4th.
It is interesting. You look, Billy Batson on deck for Darien. The pitcher to start this game, he might be on deck, and it looks like that's Dylan Alini also in the hole, so they might be going to the bench depth a little more, bringing in some pinch hitters.
Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Takes that one low, 1-1 count. Myers deals again. McElhoe rips that one over the shortstop's head. That one will get out into deep left field. McElhoe will end up holding up on first. Got about a third of the way to second base and then decided to turn around. So a deep single for Daniel McElhoe to get things going. Just Darien's 3rd hit of the day. Difficult to maintain to play Ludlowe close. When Ludlowe's such a good team, you only have 3 hits on the day. But that's the work of Will Myers on the hill. So Billy Batson up to bat for the Blue Wave. Runner on first, 1 out.
Yeah, like I said, I think McElhoe knowing that, in this situation you can't risk getting thrown out at second. That would be really a killer to this team trying to make a comeback. So it was definitely a smart play on his part to, hold up at first and then let the bats bat. And like I said, you have Batson and then Dylan Alini on deck. The pinch hitter will be batting in the place of Dolan, assuming that we get to that spot.
The other thing, it looked like Watson out in left field had fielded it cleanly, and then he ended up bobbling it. I think McElhoe could have made it, but I think he thought Wallace fielded it cleanly initially, which he did not. 0-1 count here on Batson. That one is rocketed, but foul back right into the screen. Looking over the stats last night, this is a Darien team that has lacked a home run on the year all season so far. And, of course, it won't happen now that I jinx it, but it could be a great time for Billy Batson to take Myers deep.
It could be, but I think for Darien, all they are focusing on right now is just getting a hit, keeping the rally going. They can't be looking for the long ball. They just need the small singles or doubles.
Batson made some contact there, so that will be foul. 0-2 will remain the count. Will Myers dealing for this Falcons team.
And it's interesting. I'm looking over at that sideline. It looks like Brenton Dolan in the hole, so they might be pinch hitting Alini for Dolan, but then bringing Dolan to pinch hit for Buck June. And
so that one's going to be grounded back. Throw to second. They're trying for the double play to no avail. Batson will hold up at first. McElhoe is going to be out at second, 2 down. And Batson will reach first on the fielder's choice.
And Alini's going to pinch hit now off the 1-6 fielder's choice. Alini been the big designated hitter for Darien this year, batting 200 on the season, 3 hits. He's going to look for potentially his biggest hit right here of the season to try to get Darien back in this game.
Big spot down to the final out for the Blue Wave.
Smart play there by Myers, knowing that you have the pitcher bats, or the former pitcher bats, and on first. One of the only times he's really reached base all season. So maybe trying to pick advantage of there and get out of this game.
Alini swings through that one. 0-1 count. Myers comes set. Alini, big hack there. Misses once again. 0-2, 2 down. Will Myers 1 strike away from his 2nd consecutive complete game. Looking to move to 2-0 on the season. Myers had come set, had started his delivery before Blue called time. Alini steps out, they'll reset, try this again. 0-2 count, 2 down. Ludlowe holding on to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th, final frame in high school baseball. Myers deals, Alini makes contact, rockets this one into the right center field gap. This one will go to the wall. Batson rounding third, headed for home. Alini is going to stop at second, almost get thrown out, heading back to the bag. He'll be safe. That'll be a double for Dylan Alini. More importantly, Billy Batson will score all the way from first base. Brand new ball game, 3-2 game now.
Wow, that is exactly what Darien needed right there. Batson showing off the speed. The pitcher really getting on his horse, coming around from first to score. Alini's now going to get pinched hit, or pinched run for in number 12, Luke Sibilio. It's a great call right there. Luke has been a speedy guy since the Little League, and he still continues to show it off right there. Where's the number? 3 stolen bases for him this year. But Darien's not looking for the stolen base, I don't think, right here.
Jamie Buckjune will stay in the game to hit here for the Blue Wave. Sophomore wearing 18 in these black uniforms. Darien just 4 hits on the game, 2 of them now doubles. 1 by Dylan Alini there and 1 by Jack Conway earlier. Myers gets out ahead, 0-1 count here to Buckjune. Myers deals, Buckjune holds up on a ball in the dirt, 1-1 count now.
Buckjune just needs to make contact, try to hustle one out at first. This would be a great opportunity for his first career varsity hit.
Buckjune takes away, 2-1. Myers maybe getting a little tired out there on the bump, losing a little of the control we saw he had early in this one.
Yeah, they know Myers is getting late in the game, and this Ludlowe team, I can't see their bullpen. I don't know if they have anyone up or not, but they're just focused on the out at hand.
Buckjune sends this one straight up and will exit the field of play. 2-2 count, 2 out. Darien down to their final strike once again.
Yeah, it feels like every game Darien has this late life in the 7th inning, and it's just too late for them to come back, and they're going to look to try to reverse this narrative here, try to maybe change some things up and put the board up, tie this game. But Buckjune needs something big.
Myers deals. Buckjune takes that one in the dirt. Full count, 2 outs. Brandon, you mentioned late sparks in the game. Not only that, this, should Darien not hold on here, would be the 3rd game this season Darien has lost by the score of 3-2 on their home turf. They opened the season with back-to-back 3-2 losses. Buckjune takes ball 4. That is a bold pitch to take. 3-2, 2 outs, down by 1 in the 7th. Either way, first and second now force out to first, second, or third. So not the end of the world for Myers there. Bringing up John Fiorita.
Fiorita struggled at the plate, batting under 100. He's going to look to just put it in play, keep the order going. You have the top of the order up after this. And Myers just needs to find the zone.
Myers deals. Fiorita takes strike 1. Myers out ahead once again. Buckjune on first, Sibilio on second. That one's low in the dirt.
I think going back to that Buck June walk, I think he kind of started proactively running to first on it before the umpire can make this call. And he also, behind the plate, catcher knowing the strike zone, kind of helping to his knowledge of it, taking a close pitch.
So there's strike 2 to Fiorita. So Darien, for the third time this inning, down to their final strike. 3-2 game. Runners on first and second. Will Myers on the bump. Comes set. Time is called. Fiorita taps out and takes a deep exhale. May be feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, John has he's gone 6 straight games hitless. He needs to try to change that and keep this game going.
Myers comes set, deals. Fiorita swings through it, and that will do it here from the varsity field. Your final score, Fairfield Ludlowe 3, Darien 2. Darien leaves 2 runners on in the bottom of the 7th and loses by 1. Braden, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, that's a very hard-fought game by Darien. I think once again they come alive too late in these games. They can't wait until the 7th inning to get their offense going. And the hit column, you have to bring that up. The errors have to go down. I think that, you know, this was another story of a Darien team out here that struggles, and I think they need to fix some things if they want to be a good team this year. 1-8. They do still have about half their schedule left. They play Brian McMahon next, so I think they need to try to get the offense going. They need to come back and start the rally early. I think Conway, that big hit in the second inning, the run was definitely a sign, but you can't be waiting until the 7th inning to try to put up some runs.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to win games with 4 errors across the board and just 4 hits. Braden, going forward, what do you think these 2 teams need to do in the coming weeks to be successful for a postseason run, or in the case of Darien, make the postseason at all?
I think for Fairfield Ludlowe, this was definitely a good game for them. I think that, you know, there's not really much you can build on. Myers had a great outing out on the mound. Their hitting did struggle, and it felt like every other inning they kind of struggled. They went the 2nd, the 4th, and the 6th inning. They all went down 1, 2, 3, but then the 1st, 3rd, and 5th, they had some offense in them. So maybe just trying to change it up so that all 7 innings are putting together the same offensive production and, you know, trying to just play a full 7 innings. So I think that there's not much for them really to build on, but Darien, I think there's a lot for them. Try to change, you know, get the errors down, get the offense going earlier, and, you know, the postseason, it's just 40%, so I think that is, I want to say, not under 5 games, something like that. So it's definitely possible, but they need to make some changes and start winning some games soon.
Of course. Fairfield Ludlowe will be back in action tomorrow at noon against Newtown. Darien will get the weekend off from games, coming back playing Brian McMahon at Brian McMahon under the lights on Monday night. Your final score, once again from the varsity baseball field here on the campus of Darien High School, Fairfield Ludlowe 3, Darien 2. Ludlowe 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Darien 2 runs on 4 hits and 4 errors. That'll do it for our entire DAF Media crew. Braden Shank, I'm Peter McLean. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Have a great weekend.